800-348-1007.
You'd flee a wildfire.
Evacuate.
You'd prepare for a hurricane, but there's no escaping this disaster.
It's one of the worst disasters that I've seen in my career.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
A little Parkway Drive for you. I'm a buzzard, song called Void.
Nothing can save us. Nothing between. Infinite madness in the spiral of you.
We're not doing 2 hours to midnight this Saturday. There's like a 9 o'clock Guardians game, so we'll be preempted by baseball on Saturday night. But if you weren't able to join us this past weekend for 2 hours of metal, I have. You can just recreate it in your own home or your car or wherever else. I always post the playlists for you at the 2 hours to midnight Facebook page, and you can also find it at WMMS.com. But we'll be preempted this Saturday night, and we will return on the 16th with another 2 hours of metal. In the meantime, something you want to hear, if you're in a local metal band, submit your stuff. Just send it to HTM at WMMS.com. And if I like it, I'll play it. It's usually just that simple. Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, burp.
Not a good burp.
Oh, no. Guardians play a little bit early tonight. We'll skip out a couple minutes ahead of time. 6:10 is going to be your start. Guardians did not have a good time last night in that first of the series. 20-6 against the Twins. How does that happen? Like,
they didn't try.
I took the day off. It's Labor Day.
I mean, clearly they, yeah, but Labor Day is to commemorate people who do try. Not only try, but succeed and forge ahead. Anyway, cold bats at Progressive Field yesterday. Hopefully a better result tonight. Twins, Guardians, 6:10. Tonight they will finish off that series with an afternooner tomorrow. Then they'll head to Anaheim to play the Angels. They'll go to San Francisco to play the Giants. And then they'll come back home the weekend of the 15th. Yes, Poundcake?
He's not saying it.
Oh, I thought he was chuckling at something.
Now you're here.
Line drive Peter.
Independent fielder.
Independent
is,
fielder and line drive
well,
Peter need to get it going so they're not getting 20 runs scored on him.
Oh, boy.
I've had so many people come up and be like, that is the funniest, wildest thing.
It's
Line
great.
drive, Peter.
Yeah. But a wild pitch. Stephen Kwan's birthday today, by the way, for those who celebrate from your Cleveland Guardians. So keep that in mind. They finally let people out of Burning Man. I don't know if you saw any of the footage from...
Were they trapped?
74,000 people were trapped at Burning Man because of massive, massive flooding there in Nevada. It just turned the entire place into mud. Some celebrities got out. You might have seen the video of Diplo, the DJ, and Chris Rock in the pickup truck. They walked a couple of miles out of the venue, and I guess a passerby picked them up.
I'm sorry, just coming in to this conversation, but that stuff gives me anxiety. The waiting in line. Were those people getting out of Burning Man or
this morning they were finally given the go-ahead to start filing out. So it's about 74,000 people. I honestly didn't know that many people went to Burning Man.
70,000, like it's a town.
Yeah, that's kind of what they try to create. And you're supposed to, because my first thought was, ooh, let's see what happens here when it turns into Firefest Part 2. But you are supposed to show up with everything you're going to need. You know, everybody brings their own stuff.
3 days?
3 or 4, maybe?
So it's not like these people are there for 2 weeks.
Correct.
You need 3 days worth of stuff.
It is so remote. It's what is it? Black
Rock Park.
Yeah, it's so remote in the desert of Nevada. Like, I just don't understand how something like this hasn't happened before. I guess the rainfall, but
yeah, they're not expecting flooding in Nevada. Like if you saw any of the video of like the Vegas Strip, I was texting my buddy who lives out there, the guy that I had lunch with when we were out there on the 4th of July. I'm like, are you guys okay, by the way? And he's like, oh, we're fine. He goes, but downtown Vegas and the Strip, he goes, are bananas. It was like the Rio Grande was going down the Vegas Strip. There was so much flooding. So, yeah, obviously an hours-long traffic jam. They finally gave people the go-ahead to leave Burning Man this morning.
I would hate
Boy, that was a smelly festival, wasn't it?
You know it.
I mean, under normal circumstances, Burning Man is probably a smelly festival.
Yeah, they're wearing gear from like what's that movie that has
Mad-
Bane? Yeah, Mad Max.
Mad
Like-
Max.
Like
no,
the-
that's not Bane.
Oh, that's not Bane.
Bane's from Batman.
The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
sorry.
but your point is taken, like Mad Max Beyond
Yeah.
Thunderdome there.
So you're in the desert. You're already hot, but then you put that gear on top of that, and then it's raining, so everyone smells like wet dog underneath the sweat,
Yeah.
underneath the and people were banging anyways. People will find any excuse. It's the end of the world. Let's go out in the desert and bang or something. Porta potties were overflowing. Yuck.
Yeah, that's what Chris Rock said. He had been posting some things. He goes, they can't do anything with the porta potties because they're overflowing.
So you just poop it somewhere and then bury it. That's no big. Honestly,
You
that's
can't
really
bury
Buried
if
in the
it's-
desert?
It's mud and
Yeah.
there's water everywhere. You can't really bury it.
It
because
actually
it's-
works.
Just
yeah.
go out there.
It works in your favor under those circumstances because you
It
can't
doesn't
tell
tell
what's
yeah.
mud and what's poop.
You
And
rather
what's
not
art?
know.
Well, you got fertilizer to grow your crops or whatever.
You know those crops in the desert?
Yeah, desert crops.
They the exit times they call it the exodus when everybody leaves, and you always have to wait a long time. Obviously, the wait times were 3 hours this morning for people to leave Burning Man. By the way, for people, I got the notification right before we went on the air that United Airlines has a nationwide ground stop because of computer issues. So anybody trying to fly back from the holiday weekend on United is sitting in an airport.
That is awful.
Ugh, how long is that supposed to last?
They don't know.
Why don't these people just
Nationwide,
fly
they're
private?
like,
I don't understand.
Yeah, this guy, he doesn't understand.
Commercial airlines is for the birds, man. Fly private. That's all.
That's an endorsement you need. Hi, I'm Cody for Fly Private.
For PJs.
PJs, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Cody. Man, I'll tell you what. When it comes to flying, I'm not doing it with the plebes. I'm not going to be in no tube of demons.
I love privates and I love jets. Put them together and and you got a winning team.
A winning
there.
combination.
Yeah.
Privates and jets.
I got to see a lot of the air show stuff pretty well from just being in the pool all weekend.
I wanted to go, but it was too much.
See, that's why I like to just watch it from my house. Good
for you.
I don't need to be there, but just seeing a couple of the formations, you see the Thunderbirds out there, like, okay, that was fun.
It's pretty loud, too, right?
It's very
I mean,
loud, yeah.
I mean, on Thursday down here, they were doing
Yeah.
all their, flybys and crap.
Practices and stuff, yeah.
It's so neat though. Like you hear it. I wanted to go out and lay out. I wasn't gonna pay, but I was gonna lay out, go to like Mall B, and my friend was like, "Do you know the traffic down?" I'm like, "All right, fine. I just walked from my apartment."
Yeah, what did you do over the holiday?
It really was kind of uneventful. I went to like a party at Vibe on Friday, which is like it's so funny because I Ubered there. I used to live over by there, and now that I live further away, that's when I finally started going. But I've never been on a Friday, and it was jumping. And my Uber fare, I spent more getting there than
In the club.
drinks. Like I drank all
Is this
night.
the one at Lorraine and 117th?
Yes.
Yeah, I just passed that the other day. I didn't know if it was still open.
It's open and the drinks are like cheap. Like I got drunk all night and my tab was like $11. I was like, this is amazing. I forgot-
$11.
Well, that
No
part of
wonder they
town,
were-
yeah, that's the.
No wonder they were packed.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're just trying to get people to show up.
And then I was like, against my better judgment, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go home.
That's not a very far Uber either. Like, that's
No.
just down the street from you.
I know. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just go home. And then I was like, let me just see how Twist is going. And I'm like, damn it! Like they suckered me in, and I went there and got drunk too. So that was Friday. Saturday.
He's making the rounds, boy.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, Saturday. I don't remember what I did. It was that was the day where I was just like, I'm not good at being hungover, so I just drank and drank water and then napped.
Well,
under the
Saturday
AC.
night, I went to the new metal. They call it Mall Goth Metal Night. So it's Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit and stuff like that. And they just DJ
This is the
that.
Foundry?
Yeah, the Foundry. And it's a good time. Have some drinks.
Is that owned by Studio 117 or no?
No.
Oh, that's across the street.
Yeah.
Getting that.
Foundry's a little metal club over there.
Yeah. I've been there.
And my buddy, they used to do emo night there, and this is what they're replacing emo night with because that moved over to Mayhall's. But that was a good time.
So they're just throwing the goth in with the new metal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yesterday, though,
That's the mall aspect of it, where it's like you just like to dress like you like to shop at Hot Topic. So basically, just Hot Topic.
Oh, and they
things.
can't call it Hot Topic Night. Yeah, I get it. It's funny. Somebody flipped out because a kid on TikTok said, hey, well, I'll play it for you. Do you see this? The kid's like, hey, I hate to tell you, these are all dad rock bands now. And it's like System of a Down, Slipknot.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
They played that and I did
These
the...
bands are definitely considered dad rock now.
No! Somewhere between the sacred silence is me. She is a twin embrace for demons. They've become so numb.
Linkin Park now, so, anything 20 plus years old now, I guess this kid considers dad rock now. And the dude in the video is flipping out because he's like, I like these Muse. There you go, Poundcake, my cam. Oh, are
It
those
is.
now
That's
legit
all-
dad rock bands?
That's all some of Brian's favorites. Like when he went to Incarceration, or which one was Linkin Park? Yeah, Incarceration. And he was so excited to see some of those. Like, I'm like, oh man, this is.
No,
he
the
said it
Linkin
was
Park
all-
didn't do. Not Linkin Park. They're not a thing.
No. Limp Bizkit. My
Yeah,
bad.
Limp
My
Bizkit.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Never mind.
It's okay, you don't know him.
Ignore my whole story.
He was excited to see those bands.
I don't think he likes Linkin Park.
Yeah. Linkin Park's great.
I like Linkin Park. Yeah.
Do it.
La, 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 la.
Yeah. Why don't you cover that, Spooky Tooth? Oh, that's a good version of that song.
That's Zad Rock.
Yeah. Oh,
I made-
Zad Rock.
I made the mistake of going to Lakewood Park yesterday on Labor Day.
On Labor Day when everybody's there, so you can't get... there's not even a place to put a chair or a blanket.
And I wasn't even trying to do all that. My friend was like, I don't have my kid for a couple hours. We're going to do something. She's like, I'm free. She's like, I'm free till 8. We're about to do something. I'm like, man, I really don't want to. She's like, you ain't doing nothing. Come on, you ain't got no kid. So I get guilt tripped into going on these little excursions. And I was like, all right, well, let's see it. It was just jumping at Lakewood Park. I've never seen that many people there. I'm like,
Oh, that place gets packed.
But
That's
especially
that
on Labor
place
Day.
and Edgewater. When I'm...
I didn't even want to bother with
They
Edgewater.
well-
close off entry to Edgewater.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
and
Like,
then you see
can't go.
people like there's cars lined up all the way down the Shoreway, all the way to Clifton. It's crazy.
Yeah,
People trying to get into Edgewater. And I'm like, guys,
It's like trying to leave Burning
not
Man.
great.
People
Or Blossom, for that matter.
I'm a sucker. I need a jet ski. That's the one thing I've seen all week that I'm envious
I'll get
of.
one. Get a jet ski.
I'm not very adventurous, but there's something about a jet ski where I'm like, I'm missing out. I saw them like when I was out.
They're fun for like a little while.
I don't
just
want to
rent
own one.
Yeah, just rent one.
Yeah.
I need a friend with a jet ski. Like I have friends with boats. I just need a friend with a jet ski.
Jet skis are way easier to rent than own.
Where around here can you? Like,
Everything's easier to rent than
Yeah.
own. I mean,
But
you,
I mean,
could,
like,
you could rent them. I mean,
there's places. Just
Yeah.
look it up.
I would look so cute on a jet ski.
That's what it is.
I would.
get himself like a neon green life vest and the whole
I can't
bit.
imagine him ever going fast enough on a jet ski. Just based on when we were in Jamaica.
Based on how you drive.
Based on how he drives, and when we were in Jamaica, we did those four-wheeler things.
We went mudding.
And he
But that's
stalled it
different.
out immediately.
That's different.
And then again, and then he made me drive again.
There was a trail, and there's stuff that you can hit in the lake. You can hit stuff, but it's very hard to hit something. And I feel
And
like
a
you would be
four-wheeler in the mud would be a lot more difficult than just firing up a
Right.
jet ski.
But I could see him like going so slow.
Overly
still.
cautious.
Yeah, overly cautious.
'cause some
Like he's
people-
not gonna get up like where you're like hydroplaning. He's just gonna be
Nah.
like just driving
Cruising.
around, just kind of cruising,
Making a
like,
tiny
just
wake.
keeping it no wake. No
Well,
wake.
I
You'd
would
be
get
pound
used to
wake.
it.
Yeah.
I would get used to it and get my balance first because there's people out there that just be doing too much. They want to do they want to make a little wave with the jet ski. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go so fast. where
He'd be
you're
a guy that
literally
would
bouncing.
accidentally like rev it and fall off, and the jet ski keeps
Just keep
going,
going.
and he's just floating in the middle of the
It just goes
lake.
all the way to Canada. Take that, you pirates!
I voluntarily turned over my Sea-Doo to the Canadian pirates.
How much gas like does a jet ski hold? Like how many?
Couple ounces.
I'm just saying
More,
how
but
many,
also a couple ounces.
how many miles
Yeah.
can you go on a jet ski? Like you wouldn't be able to take it to Lake Erie, would
Probably
you?
20 miles per hour.
I mean, to Canada on the other side of Lake Erie.
I don't know. You might be able to.
Like ride it all the way to Put-in Bay. It's just like a squad of jet skis, like a cowboy.
Like Waterworld.
Yeah, give you like a bunch of jet skis. Just
Well, how
making their
far?
way
I
to
mean, a
Put-in
full
Bay.
tank on a jet ski is about 100 miles. How far away would you want to go?
Well, let's say
You're not going to go 100 miles on a Sea-Doo.
If he
out.
wants to go to Canada.
I was going to say from Cleveland
You got to go
Put in Bay.
50 if you want to come back.
If you want to ride your jet ski from Edgewater to Put in Bay for a day trip, you could do that.
You could, but boy, would you be tired.
You're not doing anything.
The leg, yes, it was. There's a lot of leg work involved in that. Just looking
How?
At the guys.
Well,
It's a
depending
jet
on
ski.
how choppy the lake is.
But
and
you're not doing anything.
Yes, you are.
What?
You're bouncing. Like you have to.
It's not a canoe.
No, but it's still
You
you're still at the mercy of the waves.
You're
and
steering.
Yeah,
It
you
takes-
got
You're
to
steering, but I don't think you're going to be exhausted after riding a jet ski for
50
an hour.
miles.
1 hour. How fast do they go? 30 miles per hour? So that'd
They
be
go
2
pretty
hours.
fast. Yeah, I'm talking about him, not us. I'm talking about
Anyone.
him.
I don't think that's going to exhaust you.
I just want to
You're
know
not swimming.
He seems to get easily exhausted.
what's the furthest journey that someone has taken on a jet ski? Because
You mean an emotional one, or?
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
saying they're more recreational. You just go around the area and don't really go anywhere. But if you want to travel via jet ski, I want to know where the first they traveled. They just docked their jet ski.
I
like,
mean,
I'll
you
be
could
back.
probably, yes, you could go to Put in Bay on a jet ski. I think there's a reason you don't see people doing that.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. But, when you're on a boat, like a pontoon or speedboat or something, you're like with everybody and having a good time. Jet ski, like you're by yourself. So it's fun for a little while,
They make
but then
some
you're
of those
like,
where you can
I'm
put-
out here.
Yeah, they make some where you can have somebody riding,
I
but again,
wouldn't
it's not
trust
it's
anyone.
not as relaxing as a boat.
Well, no, most
Yeah.
of them you can have 2 people. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't do that. They're just out there dicking around, and like that's fun for like 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list. I want to do it.
You'd get halfway to Put in Bay and go, I wish I didn't do this. This is a bad idea.
Well, me
I've
going
made a
to-
terrible decision.
Me going to Put in Bay in the first place. I'm like, what am I doing there?
Yeah. But then you got to get gas and you got to fill it up so you can get back. Unless you're going to find somebody with a trailer
I was like, and then
and
it starts,
space to haul your Sea-Doo back to Cleveland.
starts to rain. And then
Yeah,
I'm
he's like, I don't want to ride back.
I live here now.
That's right. And I wouldn't blame you.
Dude, that's a long way. You think people from Put in Bay, like, that's how they get to the mainland? They're like, I don't have a boat, but I have a jet ski, and I'm just going to ride it to the dock.
Yeah,
that's
sure, of
doable.
course.
Some might,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's all kinds of people that do stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. That's island life.
That's what killed Jimmy Buffett. Jet skiing. He got run over. He was out there living his best life, and then he fell. It's Poundcake. I got to get the hell out of this thing. Somebody come out and get me.
One of our customers
Where's
messaged.
Cody? He's out in the middle of the lake on a jet ski. What? Why is he out there? I'm trying to ride a Put in Bay, bitch. One of our customers, what?
I was saying that Poundcake actually would be a great person to promote private jets. Because be like, can you imagine having to sit next to me on a plane? Fly private.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
The
worst.
negative reinforcement approach to marketing.
The last time I was on a plane, I ended up having COVID, so that was a fact.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. You'd get riding that far in a jet ski, you'd get off that thing and your legs would be rubber.
You
I
probably
don't think your
fall.
legs, it would be your arms more than anything.
No, your leg.
You don't have
Everything.
to stand up. Sit down.
Dude,
Why
you
do your
have-
legs hurt if you're sitting
You're
down?
Because your
squatting.
core, you still got to,
Yeah.
even if you're sitting down, like you still have to keep stabilizing yourself.
Yeah, so
It's
you
not gonna
can
be-
be
it's not-
on the jet ski.
Maybe
not-
I've been on a jet ski and it's always been awesome and fun and
But
chill.
you haven't gone 50 miles
Dude,
on it, is
okay,
what I'm saying.
but I'm saying if you can have a good time for 45 minutes out there dicking around, how is that any different if it's twice as long?
Because the longer you do anything, the
But if
harder
you're
it's
going
going
to
to
be
be.
0% sore in 45 minutes, why would you be 100% sore in 90 minutes?
Because the water changes the further you go.
Yeah, the
I
water
don't know.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think that this is
Once
this
you have that
really chill.
Canadian water.
There's no Canadian water on Put in Bay. That's Ohio water still.
Are you saying that Ohio water is going to be less choppy? What's the move here? Like, what
I'm
is
saying I don't think you would be exhausted from a 2-hour jet ski. You guys are making it seem like you're jumping over 25-foot waves
no.
in the
You don't-
Pacific Ocean.
No, you don't have to be in the middle of, no.
To be chilling on a jet ski.
to get there.
Your little wrists.
There is some tension going, though.
Yes,
No.
but it's not. You're not on it for 9 hours. You're on it for 2, if that.
I think
You
we
might
should-
be right.
I think
Let's
we
send
should test
Poundcake
this.
out.
I would
Yeah.
do it.
I
I'll
would,
go out.
I want Poundcake and Mary.
Let's
to go.
handcuff them to
Yeah.
a Sea-Doo, both of you. Handcuff you to each other and then put you out there on the Sea-Doo. Alan, I'm 28. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm exhausted after riding my jet ski for over an hour at 40 miles per hour. You've been on one, Mary, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on them for a long time, and because there's other boats, there's other jet skis, it's a lot of wake. You're moving around. It's like it's not like you're on a snowmobile on a smooth frozen lake.
I don't know.
We need to try this out.
I'm in. Send me and Cody out on a Sunday. We'll tape it. He has a GoPro. Get a drone.
Alan, technically a jet ski is the stand-up one. You guys are talking about wave runners. All right. Like, you know what we're talking about. If you know what we're talking about. Hey, Fat Andy.
What's up, Alan?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
What's up?
I was just telling, I don't know if that was pound cake or what, but I rode my jet ski out the Chagrin River once and all the way to the air show. And I got gas when I got there.
Yeah.
Well, after all the other boats left, I had to ride through all their wakes all the way back to East Lake. And I was like an old man the next day. I could barely walk.
That's what I'm saying. It's not smooth water the whole way.
It's your legs and your arms and your core and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
and
Fat
I haven't
Andy,
ridden
Mary.
one for that long. But if he's
That's
fat,
right.
that's why he's sore.
No, anybody would be. Skinny Andy would.
Yeah, the 20-year-old
It's
said he was.
ironic, Mary.
You hear how mad he got?
All right. Thank you, Fat Andy. I appreciate the check-in there. I got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35